Hello, hello. So we did a little bit of review tonight, and then we added a few extra things. But we started reviewing on page 26 was the magnetic malaguena. So what we did, we started on the A, below middle C, and we just played our arpeggios. So it was 2 arpeggios per chord. So it's A, C, E, A, C, E, G. Every other note, F, E, A, G, F, E. And that was all we played. For that one, they did really well. We went to the next one. I let them practice on exercises 9 and 10. That one, they have those down as well. They were just working on moving their fingers. And if this is you kids, older kids watching and not your parents, y'all were working on moving your fingers to the right position quickly enough to stay in time. So we did page 26, 27. Y'all want to keep reviewing that. And then we went to page 29, which was the wave song. The wave song was, we went up 2 arpeggios and down 2 arpeggios, but our fingers stayed the same. So we played C, E, G, C, E, G, and then we played it backwards. G, E, C, G, E, C. So it's just the pattern of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you want to think about it a different way, the pattern of every other note, every other note, every other note, every other note. Okay, so let's start with C. We're going to 1, 2, 3. D. E. F. Good. So keep practicing that. We want to get it really smooth. And then we went on into chapter 3, and we learned the difference between a chord and arpeggio. An arpeggio is separated. C, E, G. A chord is the same notes played together. Okay? That was the difference. Every other note arpeggio, every other note chord. Okay? So that was what we did for the page 32, page 33. It's kind of what it's telling you. Then we went on to exercise 12, which was arpeggio chord. We did learn that the filled in notes with a stem is a quarter note, and it gets 1 beat. This number here, 3, means there are 3 beats per measure or section divided by this bar line. Okay, so 3, that means we're going to go 1, 2, 3. A quarter note is worth 1 beat. It tells us that right there because the bottom number is telling you which note gets 1 beat. So the quarter note gets 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if a quarter note gets 1 beat, now we're at what we call a dotted half note. That dot is worth 1 beat. Okay? So, or actually it's worth half of the beat of the note that is dotted. So here we are. 1, 2. This is a half note right here. All these are half notes, which means they're worth double the amount of a quarter note and half of a whole note. So if we were talking about pizza, this is half the pizza. Now we're going to do half the pizza plus a slice. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you've not noticed this beat, it is a waltz. We're starting with C. So arpeggio, arpeggio. Okay, arpeggio, chord, chord. C, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, page turn here. G, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, C, 2. So in this particular song, we talked about major, minor, and diminished. So there's a major chord, C major, then we're going to play D minor. D minor, resolution, eerie kind of sound, happy, eerie, and then there's one that, those are major and minor chords. There is a chord that's kind of wonky, it gives me anxiety, it makes me crazy, and that's a diminished chord. I think you have to be like a jazz musician to really appreciate it. Sounds like chaos, especially if you play it over and over again. Begs, begs, begs for resolution to the happy. It even begs for the resolution to the eerie. Okay, that's the one that just needs help from the happy and the eerie. So, major sound, minor sound, diminished sound, diminished sound, major sound, minor sound. So, just something to get your ears used to it. So, y'all are practicing all the way through, let's see. We did that, so then we're going to go to page 36. We talked about a chord scale. Chord scale was going up through all of the notes in the scale. It tells you here C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That is the C major scale. So we're going to play that. There are no sharps or flats. We'll learn about those later. We're just going to do chord, left hand chord, right hand chord together. Then we're going to move up. Okay? So just moving over one to the right every time. So C, C, C. And this is in what? We did talk about this. This is in 4/4 timing. So you see 4/4. This means the quarter note is going to get one beat. Okay? That's what it's telling us in the bottom note, the bottom one. Still the quarter note gets one beat. That's what it told us earlier. Okay. The difference is this is a 4. We're no longer waltzing. We're counting to 4 instead of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means these half notes are still going to get 2 beats, but we have to have 4 beats in every little section, every measure. So that means these are whole notes, and they have to get 4 beats. So you have to hold them out because every section has to have 4. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to play it for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, D, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. E2, E4, E2, 3, 4, F2, F4, F2, 3, 4, G2, G4, G2, 3, 4, A2, A4, A2, 3, 4, B2, B4, B2, 3, 4, C2, C4, C2, 3, 4. Good. Okay, and that's as far as we went, I believe, through page 37. I do want you to stop there because we're going to talk about rests next week. So, if you need help, just text me, call me, probably text so that I get it and I get your question, and I can either text you or call you back, depending on how much help you need. So, I hope that helped, and I will see you next week.